Hello. First video about how to run Bandlab for some GCSE recording. First thing to say about this bit of software is it is really basic and it is very unlikely that this is going to be used for your final recording. But at home, whilst you are self-isolating or stuck not at school, it's a good way to just record some ideas down and layer up some sounds. So here's a demo as to how you can use Bandlab in a basic way. I'm going to turn the camera around and zoom in on my screen so that you can see what I'm doing. Right, so I'm assuming that you have got to the Bandlab website and created yourself a profile. Once you've got to this sort of home page, you're going to hit create to get a new Bandlab project. When you hit that, it's going to ask you what sort of track you want to record in first. You get options: instruments, drum machine, voice/mic, guitar and bass. Instruments will be for if you've got a USB keyboard plugged into your computer and you can actually operate it by playing in some MIDI signal and it will turn that into sound in the computer. I'm not doing that at the moment because not everyone has a USB MIDI keyboard. Drum machine speaks for itself, it creates drum sounds for you. Voice/mic is going to be possibly the most useful one we've got because what it does is use the microphone built into your computer to capture the sound of your live instrument, whether that's a guitar or a keyboard or a piano or even you singing, whatever it is, it's going to record it. It does say that you can plug an electric guitar and electric bass straight into your computer, but I think that will necessitate you having a lead that goes from big jack to mini jack, so I'm not getting into that business right now. I'm just going to look at this voice/mic channel. Click on one of these. As you can see, you've straight away got lots of information, such as the fact that it's using the built-in microphone on my computer, it's going into channel 1, and it's redlining, that is, it's peaking and overloading just off the sound of me speaking. So that's going to be no good at all when I play this keyboard, because that is going to create distorted sound. So the first thing you need to do is turn down the sensitivity of your microphone if it's redlining and peaking like that. The way to do that on a PC is to go down to the bottom left and type in that search field, control panel. When you get your control panel app, which looks a bit like this, search for sound up in the top right hand side. That will give you your sound card management section. Click on sound. You've got playback, you've got recording, sounds, communication. You want to deal with the recording aspect of what you're doing, and it should show you your microphone. With your microphone highlighted, that's your inbuilt microphone on your computer. Go to properties, and up here you've got the general, you've got listen to it. No, you don't want to listen to it, you want to check the levels. At the moment the levels of my microphone are at 100% with a 20 decibel gain, which is too much. So we're going to turn that down to about 70%, and we're going to turn it down to a 10 decibel gain, and hopefully that should give us the right sort of signal sensitivity to be able to play a keyboard or piano into this. As you can see now, my speaking level isn't creating a red line at the top, it's in the green, it's going into the yellow, and when I play the piano, that's good, it's working well. So now what we need to do is just minimise this section of the channel input panel. So all you can see is your voice mic channel. Don't worry about your signal at the moment, your level there. It's defaulting to 120 beats per minute, 4/4 beats in a bar, and that is your metronome, which you will want to toggle on to make that go green. That means that you can hear an annoying click. There's your annoying click. Now the problem with that annoying click is if you record with that annoying click sounding out loud, let me just make sure that's turned up to make sure you can hear that annoying click. Press record. It gives you a bit of a count in, and you can see it's picking up the sound of the click as much as it's picking up the sound of my voice or my piano. So yeah, whilst I can play the piano and record that in, when you play it back, even with that turned off, you're going to get the click. And my voice.
And you can see it's picking up the sound of the click as much as it's picking up the sound of my voice or my piano.
Now that's not a lot of good, because what it's now done is recorded the sound of the click onto the audio file of my piano. I'll never be able to get rid of it. So what you need is a pair of in-ear headphones. Plug your in-ear headphones into your computer so that you can hear the sound of the click coming out of your computer. So I've now got my headphones in. I'll put my click back on, delete that because it's rubbish. I didn't like the speed of my click either, it was too fast. So I'm going to click here and turn that down to 90 because I clearly can't play that fast. I'm going to reset the song marker back to the beginning. If it doesn't give you a count in, you can click this arrow down here and tell it to give you either no count in, 1 bar count in, or 2 bars count in. I quite like a 2 bar count in, it gives you a sort of nice long ready steady go. So reset to the beginning, hit this. Good idea to know what your chord sequence is going to be to start with. And for the purists amongst you, I'm going to apologise for the fact that I'm going to use the most simple chord sequence in the world and everything's going to be in root position. But I'm keeping life simple for now. So hit record, it's going to give me 2 bars in. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've recorded in the sound of my piano chords, which was just 1, 5, 6, 4 in C major, all root position, all quite dull. But this is just for the purposes of a demonstration. Press play to make sure that it A, captured the sound that you wanted, and B, didn't get the sound of that metronome. So toggle the metronome off, press play. Obviously unmute your screen, otherwise you can't hear it. But, reset. And it even got my funky rhythm, as it should, because it was recording audio. What you can now do is crop that section down so it is exactly 4 bars long. Or you can crop it down to just a tiny little bit, just to record in separate sections. But I want it exactly 4 bars long, so the end of bar 4 happens there. Don't let it go any further. Press Ctrl C, move the song marker to bar 5. If like this your timer is displaying seconds, not beats and bars, just click on it and ask to select beats and measures because it's American. So bar 5 beat 1 is where my song marker currently is. Press Ctrl V, paste it in again, move it to bar 9 beat 1, okay, press Ctrl V, paste it in again, shuffle the song marker along, move the song marker to bar 13, make sure it's on beat 1, paste it in again. So I've now got 4 copies of that really simple chord sequence. Having got your chord sequence recorded in, you can now try out playing a bass part to it or playing a melody to it. So of course that's the chord sequence for almost every pop song ever written, but you could just put a simple bass part to it. So you line up a bass sound on your keyboard and that's a good job I wasn't recording because I made a mistake. Deliberate, honestly. In the next video I'll show you how to line up a second channel and try and record it, and that's where this bit of software starts to become a little unstuck. But for now you can play over the top of it live, or you can sing over the top of it live, and you can record in additional chord sequences after that one. So if you've got a new chord sequence that's more interesting, please come up with something more interesting than 1564. You've got a more interesting chord sequence, record it in afterwards, so that you've got a count in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 5, 6, 6 board. Ah, that's a better chord sequence. I'll play over the top of that instead.